Y'all better not make me get up off this couch.
All right, let's do this. Hello everybody, my name is Brianna and welcome back to CareFreeBri. If you are a first-time visitor of my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please stay a while by subscribing to my channel and also liking this and sharing it with your friends. If you are coming back, great to see you again. Let's get started. I don't know if y'all hear that. Come on up. Come on. This is Audrey, guys. She will be making many appearances. She likes to kind of come in, just show her face, and then leave. So how about you showing your face, and then you can go ahead and leave. Yeah, thank you so much. Anyway, let's get started, but first, you know it's hot when it takes me a while to get to it. Very hot. It's green tea today because a lot of y'all continue to, girl. A lot of y'all continue to tire me the hell out, so let's just go ahead and move on. So as usual, I'll start with Thursdays for my L's and W's recap. My L for Thursday was that I was freaking exhausted. My body was doing some stuff again. But the W was that I just decided to take a day off from work. I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I don't have the capacity to do it, so let me just take care of myself for the day. And as you will see later on, taking care of myself was not the trend necessarily, so it was good that I at least did that on Thursday. Friday wasn't it? The audacity of this being, like, who told her? I swear, I don't know what to do with her. We'll see where this goes, okay? We'll see. Anyway, thank you, and goodbye. Whew, child. Ugh, being a pet parent sometimes. Anyway, Friday was super busy. I was coming off of, trying to get myself together, but I hit the ground running. I had work, I had a few appointments to do that day, I had many errands to run. Plus, my family reunion had been going on since Wednesday, and this was Friday, so they were expecting me to be there now that I'm off of work, and I'm running back and forth trying to get my brother, trying to do all these different things. I am very distraught at this point. It was just a really bad place I was in. You're trying to make things happen because you promised or because, you're expected to do these things or set an example or whatever, and sometimes you just can't do it. And unfortunately for me, I have a problem conveying that to other people and communicating it properly. I don't want to feel like a burden to anybody or like I'm complaining or whatever, so I just try and do things myself, even though I don't have to. We'll get into a lot of that later. That's kind of how things started out. Even though that was an L, there was a small W that came from it. I went to my family reunion in the south suburbs of Chicago. It's in a wooded area. And you rent out a cabin and stuff like that. My family is pretty big. It's like 30 plus of us. Kids and adults in the same cabin, living it up in the forest, where the animals live and the bugs nest and, things go wrong. But yeah, I got there, and as soon as I got there, we had to jet out because I promised my, cousins that I would go out with them that night. And even though I was super flustered and annoyed and stuff like that, at the end of the night, I ended up getting to sleep in my own bed because the park closes down, or the campsite rather, closes down at 10 p.m. Like, they lock everything down. You can't get in or out. Meaning that if we went out that night, it's best for me to stay up in the city and go to sleep. And thank God I just got to go home and shower and go to bed. Well, everybody else had to sleep in the heat, so haha. Now, Saturday, it was the Back to School Fest for the Take Back, and the Take Back is an organization I'm in that's based in Chicago that caters to the youth of the south side of Chicago and, recognizes that there are things that plague those communities like gun violence and violence in general. So what we do to combat that is have a back to school fest every single year, give out free school supplies and book bags, provide free food and entertainment and a fun time and a fun space for kids to just play peacefully and have fun and just be a kid. It is so rewarding, but at the same time, it is so exhausting. We put things together and break things down all on our own. That was really hard on my body. That was an L I took, was just honestly just doing the most. Like, there were many moments where I should have just sat my ass down somewhere and taken a break or had some water or eaten, but instead I was going back and forth to people asking them, what do you need? What can I do for you? And XYZ. And while that's great that I'm checking in on people, the last person I'm checking on is me. And not that I tried to do that, but that's just what happened, And so I ended up missing out on all the food. I was literally giving hot dogs out to people, and I didn't get not one hot dog, not one bag of chips, and it is 100% my fault because I should have looked out for me. I just needed to step up and say that or delegate where I could, being, you know, a team leader, but I didn't because I didn't want to trouble anybody else or whatever, or, you know, cause an inconvenience, but I was inconvenienced, so I need to speak up for myself more, and so that's an L I took, and L doesn't necessarily mean loss, it means lesson too, so. And that wasn't the worst thing that even happened that day. I got locked out of my freaking car, man. I had to call AAA, I had to climb into that hot ass car. It was really hot on Saturday in Chicago, and it was just so much. Those are my L's. The W for sure though was the Back to School Fest in general. We had a lot of great music going, a lot of great people helping, a lot of great people attending. The kids were having a blast. It was a lot, but it was great seeing them have fun. That's the whole point, you know, feeling safe and having fun and getting some school supplies and free food out of it too. And then I also went back to my family reunion, and I'm not gonna lie, I was worried about it just because we have a lot of different personalities in our family and we scream about everything. You know, black folks, you know, understand what I mean. It's either, girl, come over here, or girl, if you don't come over here, or girl, come over here. I just yelled the same phrase 3 different times in 3 different tones, and all of you know exactly which ones those are. They're different, and that's how my family is. Sometimes I just don't feel like dealing with noise and kids and stuff, especially after coming from a day of being outside and dealing with kids. I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. But it was still fun. Like, we got a chance to play our music, what we wanted, the 90s throwbacks, the clean versions, of course, of the current music. Like, we had fun. And then my cousin Anthony turned 23 that night, so we did shots for him. We made sure he drove the boat. What else can I say? It was great. I had a great time. Sunday, you thought I would have learned my lesson by then, but nope, here we are again, doing the absolute most. We had to leave the cabins and everything from our family reunion. We had to be out by 12 o'clock. And even though we were making good time, I still wanted to lend a hand while everyone else was, and I had been gone practically that whole family reunion. You know, the only off day I had was spent with the take back in Chicago, away from my family. So I felt like I needed to pull my weight, and I think I pulled too much weight. You know, like, with my health conditions going on, sometimes I just need to sit down or like take a breather, and I didn't do that, and I should have. And again, it's my fault. In doing the most, I got to celebrate my sister because my sister is moving to Washington, D.C. at the end of this week. And so my brother, who is also in Chicago for the summer for his internship, he and I plotted basically on doing something really nice for her, since this is the last time we would be seeing her until Thanksgiving. We whisked her away to a really nice mall spot in the south suburbs of Chicago. And of course, she was suspicious the whole time. We took her, you know, and shopped, and we disguised it as my brother wanted to go shopping, but we ended up getting her things instead. We got her cookie cake when she got back to my grandma's house. We just had a nice little time together as a family, especially as siblings. Even got her a card. Monday, my L was that because I was hard-headed, I was extremely sore. Oh my gosh. Everything, even my butt cheeks, bro. This is the perfect time to go in on chairs real quick. Have you ever sat on a non-butt friendly chair? You know, it ain't got none of them little indents in it for your thighs and your booty meat and stuff like that. It's just a straight out chair. So I spent a lot of time in non-butt friendly chairs, okay? And that shit hurt. And then my entire body was already sore, and so I said, you know what? I've learned my lesson. I'm taking care of myself today, and that's my W. I took a personal day when I was able to rejuvenate and recharge, and it was so helpful, you know, just sit down and just collecting myself, you know, like, it was awesome. It was amazing. And I caught up on Euphoria. I just started watching that. I was so nervous to watch it because it's a pretty racy show, but I dove right in on Monday, and I'll just talk about it later. It's a lot to discuss. Look, a lot. Y'all know. Tuesday, Chicagoans know what I'm talking about. You love living in the city, but you can't stand that everyone loves this city. They like to come here, they like to flock, and they like to be a tourist and stand in the middle of a freaking sidewalk to take a picture. Everybody and their mom want to come for the festivals. We just had the Taste of Chicago a month ago, and guess what's about to pop off? Lollapalooza. They're shutting off the back roads. They're shutting off Columbus and everything. One of the main roads people take to get to work. So guess how late I was yesterday? 30, bruh. 30 minutes late. I'm really tired of it. Just everybody get out my face. How about no? The good thing is, though, that I ended up shopping yesterday and I didn't expect to. And yes, I did get stuff I needed, okay? Don't judge me. I bought a $15 pair of jeans at Akira, and then while I was there, I met up with my brother, and he relayed to me some things I was supposed to mail off to my sister and everything, so it worked out. Which leads me to today, Wednesday. My L was that because Ryan, my brother, relayed things for me to mail off to the post office, I actually had to go to the post office. And y'all are familiar with how the post office is, the little attitudes they be having, the smug ass remarks that they be doing and stuff like that, rolling their eyes and stuff. And so, you know, I tried to just keep it cordial. With that also said, I worked from home, which was nice because it's Wednesday, so that's another reason why I didn't want to go to the post office, because I didn't want to leave and have to put on pants, because pants are ick. And when it comes to wearing articles of clothing, I will say a W for me was also that when I went to the post office, I did not wear a bra. That was so awesome. And the reason why that's awesome to me is because I've been working on just being more comfortable with myself and my body, wearing what I want to wear and not worrying about the gaze of others, because realistically, how people feel about me is not my business. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just out here trying to be as comfortable as I like to be. My comfort doesn't have to do with anybody else. So why should I care, you know? So I'm trying to leave with that mindset. Many people don't feel this way, and that's perfectly fine. I used to not feel that way either, but I realized it has to do more with what you want to feel like than it does how others feel about you. So I'm working on that, and I did that today, and it was only for like a half hour, but whatever. I take that as a W. All right, and now that we are all caught up with the week, it's time for the Big L's and Big W segment of the week. I'm just gonna hop right in. The big L this week goes to, sadly, Kim Burrell. Now, before you kill me, I know Kim is a beloved singer. She can sing her butt off. We know that. She is a woman of God. She's a pastor. She's all these different things. But something Kim has had a problem with these past few years has been homophobia and the way she addresses the LGBTQ community. Girlfriend hasn't learned to just hush sometimes, like goodness. So let's go through a run through of what happened. Basically, Kim Burrell has been using her platform in the pulpit to, you know, criticize the LGBT community and stuff like that. We all know that there's very complicated things that go on when it comes to non-straightness in general and Christianity and the Bible. Kim got in that pulpit again, saying gays this, lesbians that, blah, blah. She gonna get up in that pulpit talking about they always be calling themselves LGBTQ. As far as I'm concerned, that stands for let God be truthful quickly. Girl, no. First of all, no matter what you feel about the LGBTQ community, that is your thing, that's your business. It could be right, it can be wrong in your eyes, it could be this, it could be that, but that is you, okay? That is you. So when you get up in a pulpit with so many impressionable people and you mislabel an entire community that is currently marginalized, that is currently struggling to be seen as equal, at that point you're spreading ignorance. Like, that's currently not correct. It doesn't matter what you want to call them, it matters what they are called. Like, that's just it. And speaking of callings, Miss Kim Burrell and anybody, here's something my mother taught me and it has always stuck with me. Just because you have something on your heart to say does not mean God has chosen you to say it, okay? God made us all. We are so unique. We are all so different. So certain things work for some people, while others don't work for other people. And that's especially true when it comes to communication and delivery. If you get up in your pulpit, and you've done this before, you know, where you've been criticized by the community that you are always talking against, speaking out against. If this happens every single time, don't you figure that maybe you're not the one to speak on the issue, that maybe you don't know enough, that maybe you're coming off in a way that conveys hatred or bigotry or ignorance instead of love and tolerance and acceptance, you know? Then maybe you're not the one to say that. Kim Burrell, you get the L. And of course we have some honorable mentions. Let's get right into it. Kodak Black wanted to put out a song from jail, mind you, talking about Young Miami hurt his feelings or whatever. They have been talking, whatever. Talking about he gonna punch her in the stomach when he get out of jail. Young Miami is pregnant and he's talking about he gonna punch her in the stomach. Bruh, are you kidding me? Anybody who goes up for him at this point, L. Lastly, for honorable mentions, gun control laws are super trash. People are super trash when we discuss them. My heart goes out to everybody who was either injured or killed at the Garlic Fest on the West Coast. It's gross. This stuff happens all the time and nothing ever happens to fix it, and I'm honestly tired of it. All y'all can get this L, and most of y'all in Congress can catch this fade because this is only the tip of the iceberg for most of y'all. Alright, now that we got all that negative shit out the way, it's time to get into our big W of the week, and this week it goes to more so generally than, you know, like one person. It's a broad range of people. My W goes to brown skin girls. Yep, brown, dark, every shade in between. I love y'all. Y'all are poppin'. Melanin is awesome. Just need to say that. Beyonce just put out a song called Brown Skin Girls, celebrating, you know, brown and darker skinned women. And it is such a beautiful song. It includes so many beautiful people. And people have really been, you know, hashing on it, trying to make it about them when it's not. That includes white women. That includes lighter skinned black women. Like, it's always been this little competition thing because of colorism. I want to shout out brown skin girls, and Beyonce certainly did again, because she went on Instagram and basically said through pictures and music and stuff that what the song was about was brown skin girls, not light skin girls, not nobody else, not white women, nobody else. With that being said, I want to go ahead and just shout out dark skinned women, brown women. Love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Melanin be poppin', like I said. You didn't see it, but she just tried to get into my cup of tea. You're not gonna get it. Okay. And of course, we have some honorable mentions for the big W. Lil Nas X was #1 on the music charts for 17 weeks straight. My guy is killing it. I gave him the big W a few weeks back, and he's still going. W. Also, On My Block is coming back for a 3rd season on Netflix. Yes, I love it. The Latinx representation, the black representation. And also, the last honorable W of the week goes to A Black Lady Sketch Show, which comes out on HBO this Friday. Nothing but iconic black women. I love seeing black women on screen. I love seeing funny black women on screen. I just love seeing black women. We are dope, y'all. And you know this. Alright guys, I kind of want to try something different. I want to close things out with final thoughts that I have. And this week I'm going to start with Euphoria, as I kind of mentioned earlier. I recently started watching it this week. Mind you, the season finale is this coming Sunday, so I started late. And I'm getting my life. This show is so amazing. It parallels my life in so many ways, even though it's about a whole bunch of angsty teens. Teenagers are people, and so I think that's why I relate to them, because those are human struggles and human issues that you just so happen to deal with when you're a teenager, and then they, you know, gradually happen throughout your life and stuff. So I think what I want to do is when the season finale hits, I want to go ahead and just make a recap video, because it's just that awesome, guys. Like, I feel so seen in this show. I'll be talking about it more later. Watch Euphoria on HBO on Sundays if you can. Like I said, I didn't hop right in. I did not need to hop right in at all. So much better for my mental health. Just know I feel seen and I feel happy, and that's what made me really happy this week. Alright, and with that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mama's mama. Also, be sure to check out my new blog post that I posted on Sunday. It's called It's Not Handled. Definitely inspired by Olivia Pope and Scandal. Plus, check out my latest L's and W's segment that I did post today, which is Wednesday. It's called Give a Little Bit, and it basically ruled my week as a W. As you guys can see, I had some tough spots, but it really was worth it in many different ways. I just need to take care of myself at the same time. You can find all this on CareFreeBriblog.com, and I am also on Twitter and Instagram. I will be putting that info somewhere on the screen. Lastly, if you would like to support my brand and my growth and everything so I can keep putting out content and having fun with you guys, please feel free to visit my Patreon or my PayPal to donate, to contribute, to say what's up, to leave me a review. I love it all. And no matter what you do, be sure to use the hashtag CareFreeBri. Alright y'all, that's it for this week. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I'm wishing you infinite freedom and perfect peace. This has been CareFreeBri. See you guys next week.